Hey everyone, it's Nerf Boy Productions here. With Christmas around the corner, I bet a lot of you guys are asking for Nerf blasters for Christmas. But those blasters can be pretty pricey and add up to a large bill on your wish list. So today I want to show you guys some Nerf alternatives that you can get on the cheap. If you guys remember back in the summer, I took a look at Buzbee's new line of toys, the Buzbee Air Warriors Ultra Tech. These blasters were affordable and performed way out of my expectations. So today, I took my 3 favorites from that video, paired them up with their Nerf alternatives, and we're going to go head to head doing a test to see which is better, different pros and cons. So like some are more pricey than others, some are better quality, how far they shoot, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with these two. So you guys probably know this one. This is the Nerf N-Strike Elite Rapid Strike. It comes with an 18 dart clip. It's a fully automatic rifle, has an acceleration trigger down here. Once you pull down the acceleration trigger, the motors rev up, and then you pull down the main trigger, and it just auto-fires. Fully automatic, flip-up sights, lots of tactical rails for different attachments, extendable stock, built-in scope, jam door, a bunch of sling points, and even a spot to attach more barrels. Very cool blaster, one of the most comfy blasters I've ever felt, and it's personally one of my faves. On the Buzbee side of things, we have this guy. Now this is called the Brute. The Brute is very, very similar. It's a fully automatic rifle, just like the Rapid Strike. It's clip system as well, but it comes with a 20 dart mag, so it holds 20 darts. No spot to add barrels, no tack rails, takes 4 AA's. This one takes 4 C batteries. And unlike the Rapid Strike, it does not have the acceleration trigger. It just, you hold down the trigger halfway to rev up and then all the way to fire. As you can see, this is a white color scheme with some light blues on here and gray, as well as that orange. There's like a dark blue with white. There's also the dark blue with orange on the normal one. This is the XD version of the Rapid Strike. But I think both blasters look fairly nice. This one looks a little more real. This one definitely looks a little more like a toy. Like, it's quite obvious this is a toy. More so than the Rapid Strike. Especially that big yellow magazine. And this one also looks a little more like alien-like. That's what I always found. So that's the exterior of them and how they work. But before we go any further in this video, there's something you guys need to know. And that is that Buzbee and Nerf did something incredible. These magazines work the exact same way. So here's the 20-round Buzbee mag, which fits into the Rapid Strike. Here's the Rapid Strike 18 dart mag that goes right into the Brute. I think that's absolutely incredible. It's completely versatile. And these are the darts they come with. So these are the darts that come with all of the Buzbee stuff. It's gray, it's got a green suction on the end. These are your normal elite darts, and they're both the exact same size, same width. Everything about these is the same in shape, so they both work perfectly in both blasters. Doesn't matter which ammunition you use, all the clips are the same, ammunition is the same, so they're essentially the same line. You can swap them in and out. They all work the same. Everything works fluently, you can see. Now, something I find interesting is this is the Buzbee magazine, and it's built for the Buzbee gun. But when you put it in, there's a lot of wobble. Like an unacceptable amount of wobble. It's ridiculous. Then you put in the Nerf clip, not made for Buzbee, and there's significantly less wobble. I just found that pretty funny. But yeah, this is definitely loud. A lot of wobble. When you put in the Nerf clip, barely anything. Okay, so now on to power performance. What you guys are going to find about these blasters is that the Buzbee ones tend to be more powerful, and that's a fact. 2 of the very same elite darts that I'm going to load into these blasters will perform way, way differently. So like I mentioned, these blasters take time to rev up to their full before they fire fully automatic. So we'll see how long it takes for the Rapid Strike to get up there. There it is. Here's how long it takes the Brute. Just under a second. This was about 3. So this is a brute firing a Nerf dart. Here's the rapid strike. Very cool. Now at the end of this video we're actually going to go ahead and test all these blasters down the firing range, but for now, let's move on. Okay, so just about to sum up these blasters. Now at the very end I'm going to do a firing demo of all of them so you can really see head to head. But now, for now, some key points about these. So the Nerf has way better quality plastic. Just feels like it's going to break less. This is cheaper plastic, stuff rattles around, but this is more powerful, and of course this is cheaper. The Brute retails for $25 American, whereas the Rapid Strike goes for $40. Okay, let's move on. Now on to what I believe is the biggest thief of them all. This is the Buzby Sentinel, and this is the Nerf Zombie Strike Sling Fire. They are essentially the exact same. Both clip system, and just like the other rifles we took a look at, they are fully swappable. In fact, I think the orange Nerf clip looks like it fits more in the Sentinel than the yellow one that comes with it. Looks better for sure. Okay, so now on to the blasters. Starting off with the Sling Fire, it's fully green, it's pretty awesome. Got a comfy stock, bunch of spots for sling attachments, tactical rail spot. It's got a jam door for any jams. Of course, the way it works is it's got a lever here. Prime it down, pull it back, and it fires. You can do some pretty sweet tricks with it. It's a very cool blaster overall. Now, the Sentinel is pretty much the same lever action, but the lever's way harder. It's a pretty hard lever. There's no way you can do any tricks on it. And for kids, I would be worried no kid's going to be able to do that at a very young age. But it is a clip system, no tactical rail spots, no sling spots, and no jam door spot. Just a clip system, lever action blaster, but again, it shoots way harder than the Nerf one does. Once again, I'm going to load up each blaster with an Elite Dart, the very same. So here's the Sling Fire shooting, and here's the Sentinel. Minor differences in this room, but we will get to the bigger firing test at the end of the video. So to sum things up about these, the interesting thing is they both retail for $25 US, but the notable differences are less quality. This one has way less rattle than the Brute does. Like, no rattle at all, so no worries there. Again, fully compatible with the Nerf stuff. But then you don't have any spots like jam doors, tack rail for attachments, no barrel add-ons, none of that. The stock's quite small, less comfortable than the Nerf one, but it is way more powerful, but that could really result in a lot of kids struggling to load it. So it's really your choice. On the Nerf side, you get better quality, comfier, about the same size, but the lever's easier by far. Although it doesn't quite get as good ranges as the Buzby, it's definitely going to be an easier time and no problem for any indoor wars. It's got all those Nerf featured stuff like the tack rails, but it just doesn't shoot as far, and those are your major differences. Okay, now on to possibly the biggest rivalry. This one is the most interesting and the biggest deal breaker for me. So this is the Snipe. Yeah, it's called the Snipe. It's the Air Warriors Ultratech Snipe, and it's a sniper rifle. And on this side we have the notorious Nerf Longshot CS6. This one's featured in the brand new Elite colors, and here's the Snipe. Okay, so before we get started, I want to let you guys know the Snipe retails for $25. These three blasters from the Buzby range all retail for $25. And I guess that's just the price for their best blasters. $25. This long shot goes for $40. $39.99 is what you can find it retailing for, up to prices of $60. But you can get the cheaper one, the Zombie Strike Edition. Doesn't come with this front gun. And I forgot to mention, this blaster also does come with a scope, but you don't get the front gun with the Zombie Strike Edition. Whereas with this one you do, and you also don't get bipods. This one, the one that costs $40, does have these fold-down bipods. The 35 does not, but keep in mind they're both at least $10 or $15 more than the Snipe. Okay, so now on the features, we'll start with the long shot. Let's got this front gun, which is a barrel attachment. It has a built-in blaster of its own, but that's not the main focus. But yeah, it's got a little tiny gun in there with the trigger. It doesn't do anything, shoots like 10 feet. Looks really cool, it's comfortable. The long shot is filled with features, I love it. It's got a collapsible stock that locks in place, or you can extend it. It's bolt action. It's clip system. It's got another spot in the stock to hold extra clips. Fold down bipods, like I said. A big jam door. Comes with this awesome scope. This thing's really just filled with awesome features. The only problem is, it performs horribly. It's really expensive, and for almost 8 years, Nerf has not changed the design of the long shot, and it still shoots horribly. Let's move on to the snipe. $25, you don't get the bipods. The scope is pretty cheap, although it can be removed. The crosshairs on it are pretty cool, look more real than the Nerf ones. This big orange barrel is completely removable. And then you get this short thing. You get this short thing. Now this thing, I don't know how accurate it would be, but there's a really large barrel on here. Like the inner barrel of this is huge, which means it's not actually going to restrict the distance that the darts go very much at all. It'll just improve accuracy a little bit without taking off tons of range. But it's clip system, just like the long shot. I actually prefer this more, and the reason why, as you can see, it's bolt action. So to load this thing, you flip up the bolt, prime it back, and then you can put in the clips. Just like all the others, Nerf clips work as well. But here's a Busby one. It goes in, comes with an 8 dart. Prime it forwards, flip down the bolt. You can leave it up, it doesn't matter. And then you're good to fire. Now this thing is insanely powerful. It's crazy. And one of the reasons I deem this like the ultimate toy Nerf sniper rifle, because Nerf has never came anything close to how powerful this is. Maybe that's for good reason. Maybe they know this is a little too powerful. We'll figure that out in the firing test. But for now, just know that with the long shot, you're going to get all those awesome features I spoke about. And with the snipe, you're going to get amazing performance. It's going to shoot really far. By the way, that prime is pretty easy to do. It's nothing too difficult. I don't know how they got it so powerful and being so easy to prime. Yeah, you get that cool bolt action. This one you just pull back. This one you flip up and pull back. It's pretty similar. You get this awesome scope, this big dorky orange barrel, and on the long shot you get the cool front gun. So it's really all up to you guys. And again, this one is, I guess, cheaper plastic, but there's no wobble. Like, seriously none. And I think this one's built really well. The plastic's super tough. I would not be afraid of breaking this blaster at all. Only thing is I may be really afraid of breaking that scope. It's just held on by 2 little plastic bars that can break off so easily. The Nerf one is still a better quality, quite a bit heavier though. So those are the major differences. Alright guys, we've taken a look at all 6 of these blasters, compared them head to head. Now it's time to see how well they perform. Alright everybody, so we're going to start off this test using the Brute and the Rapid Strike, and we are firing at the head of that zombie, so specifically targeting for the head. We're going to test ranges. This is roughly 20 feet away from where I'll be shooting, which is pretty much your average in-house or even like backyard style shooting. So like, this is a pretty big room in my house, and it's almost on the other side of the room, so it's your average distance you're going to have to shoot. Realistically, of course. So we're going to be testing accuracy and range. Starting off with the Rapid Strike. Now I've got the 8 dart clips loaded in here because the Busby ones come with 8s. So I've got 4 of each type of dart, starting off with the Nerf darts and then going to the Busby darts. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Rapid Strike doing, we're going to rev it up and try and just do 1 shot at a time to get maximum performance. And let's go ahead. Well, that's it. So I was using the built-in scope, kind of aiming a little high, and it was okay. The spread was all right. The Nerf darts performed better than the Busby ones. Now let's try the Brute, again starting with the 4 Nerf darts. Wow, okay. So the Buzz darts in this brute performed far better than the Nerf. That's insane. I did not expect that. Very cool. Okay, so now let's move on to the Sentinel and the Sling Fire. Starting off with the Sling Fire. Once again, we got 8 darts in here, starting off with the 4 Nerf and then going to the 4 Buzz. Single shots, let's go ahead. Perfect shot. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so Nerf darts and the Sling Fire, very accurate. Wow! So the Sling Fire is very accurate. I gotta say, both darts. The Buzz ones actually performed slightly better. So these Buzz darts look to be quite good, and I think the reason why is they have suction tips on the ends, whereas the hot tub's going off. Whereas the Nerf darts have a little hole in the tip of the dart, so it makes them go a little wonky, but those darts performed well. Very impressed. Okay, so now for the Sentinel. Immediately more powerful. Dead on. That one fishtailed a little. Wow, that's awesome. I gotta say they're both equally accurate. This one shoots pretty hard, so one of the Nerf darts fishtailed a little, but very powerful as you could see. I'm just overall very impressed. But just by shooting this, I have to say that I find the trigger is way too close. I want it to be like a further reach. It's really close. My hand feels kind of cramped like that. There's no way you can like hold it like that. It's just, it's not nearly as comfortable to shoot as the other one. But I mean, maybe if I held it under here and went, that may be a little better than actually putting my hand in it. But it's not quite as comfortable, but I think it does actually perform better. Again, it's pretty hard to prime, so weigh the differences. Alright, so now for quite possibly my favorite test, the sniper rifles. Let's start off with the long shot, same setup in the magazine, and we're going to use all the attachments that come with it. Alright, let's get this guy. Okay, so the long shot was struggling to reach there. By the time it reached the zombie, they were arcing down. But it's fairly accurate. That scope's pretty cool to use. So at close range, it's pretty good. Now for the snipe. You know, this scope I find gets in the way a lot. I think I'll do better without it. Yeah. I don't know if it was my shooting, but it seemed like it performed better with the Buzz darts, which is understandable. This blaster almost felt like it was a little too powerful, and those darts were just going haywire. Definitely more fun to use though with that bold action. Alright guys, that was the firing demo. Let me know what you guys thought about how each blaster performed to each other in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I provided some insight. If you guys are asking for Nerf blasters for Christmas, you don't know what you want, and these are some cheaper options maybe to get a couple more in your arsenal. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are celebrating Christmas, please let me know what you guys are asking for in the comments below, just out of general interest. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe because I have new videos every single Saturday. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and as always, this was Nerf Boy Productions, signing off.